Imagine this. You're a buyer walking up to a house that's just hit the market. The lawn is freshly cut, the paint on the door looks crisp, and flower beds brighten the walkway. Everything about the property screams, "Welcome home." But then, you glance next door. Uncut grass, trash bins left out, and a driveway cluttered with old furniture. Suddenly, your excitement cools. It's not your dream home that changed. It's the neighborhood around it. And according to a recent RE/MAX Canada and Leisure survey, more than half of Canadians, 51%, would walk away from a property if the neighboring yards were poorly maintained. In fact, 18% say messy neighbors are a top deal breaker. This surprising stat highlights a truth long known to real estate agents but rarely discussed openly. Curb appeal isn't just about the home you're selling. It's about the entire neighborhood. Why neighborhood tidiness impacts home sales. Curb appeal is often called a home's first impression, but buyers don't stop at the edge of the property line. They assess the surrounding streetscape, looking for cues about safety, pride of ownership, and long-term property value. Here's why it matters so much. Psychological impact. Humans are wired to judge environments quickly. A tidy neighborhood communicates stability, order, and community pride. A messy one signals neglect, disorder, and potential future problems. Perceived value buyers aren't just buying a house, they're buying into a neighborhood. If the area looks run down, they assume property values may stagnate or even decline, no matter how beautiful the home itself is. Lifestyle signal people want to feel proud bringing friends or family to their new home. A tidy street suggests like-minded neighbors who care about their surroundings. The data. What Canadians say. The RE/MAX Leisure survey confirms what realtors already sense on the ground. 51% of Canadians would refuse to purchase a property if neighboring homes were poorly maintained. 18% listed as their number one deal breaker, outranking concerns like outdated interiors or small yards. Younger buyers, millennials and Gen Z, are particularly sensitive to neighborhood aesthetics, reflecting lifestyle and social identity priorities. This means sellers who ignore the bigger picture, how their block looks, risk losing half their buyer pool before anyone even steps inside the door. Real-life examples. The overgrown yard effect. A Toronto couple was eager to sell their semi-detached home. The house itself was renovated, but the neighbor's yard was knee-deep in weeds with a broken fence. Multiple buyers commented negatively, and the house sat on the market for weeks. After the sellers negotiated with the neighbor to clean up, even paying for landscaping help, the house sold within days. The Good Street Premium. In Calgary, two nearly identical homes listed on the same week told a different story. The one on a tidy, well-maintained street sold above asking. The one where 3 homes had peeling paint and cluttered driveways lingered until it was price reduced. The lesson: buyers don't just compare homes, they compare neighborhoods. What sellers can do about it. If you're preparing to list your home but worry about messy neighbors, here are strategies to protect your sale. Lead by example. Make sure your own property sets the bar high. Fresh paint, trimmed landscaping, clean windows, and a clutter-free driveway. Talk to neighbors. In many cases, a polite conversation goes a long way. Neighbors may not realize how their property impacts others. Offer help or suggest a community cleanup day. Community initiatives. Some neighborhood associations organize tidy-up weekends, sponsored dumpster rentals, or local contests for best curb appeal. These not only improve aesthetics, but also strengthen community ties. Buffer strategies. If direct intervention isn't possible, consider adding privacy landscaping, hedges, fences, or trees to reduce the visual impact of neighboring mess. Why this is a bigger trend in 2025. Curb appeal has always mattered, but in 2025, the emphasis on visual neighborhood quality is sharper than ever. Here's why. Social media and online listings. Drone photography and video walkthroughs capture entire streets, not just one property. A messy neighbor is more visible than ever. Remote work and lifestyle shifts. With people spending more time at home, the look and feel of a street impacts daily well-being. Affordability concerns. Buyers paying premium prices are less willing to compromise on intangibles like neighborhood tidiness. Beyond individual homes, a community issue. This conversation goes deeper than just selling houses. It's about how communities function. Neighborhood tidiness reflects collective pride and shared responsibility. Cities that invest in public beautification, green spaces, and bylaw enforcement often see stronger property values across the board. Communities that neglect these elements risk not just slower sales, but longer-term challenges like declining desirability and resident turnover. The realtor's perspective. Ask any seasoned realtor, and they'll confirm the block matters as much as the home. That's why many agents advise sellers to consider the 15-second rule. Buyers form an opinion within the first 15 seconds of seeing the street. Good agents now use neighborhood presentation as part of their marketing strategy, arranging professional street photography, advising sellers on neighborly diplomacy, and even engaging local associations in tidiness campaigns before listings go live. Conclusion: more than just paint and flowers. The truth is clear. Curb appeal extends far beyond your own property line. A messy street can tank an otherwise perfect listing, while a tidy, inviting neighborhood can create a bidding war. As Canadians rethink housing priorities in 2025, one message stands out. We don't just buy homes, we buy communities. So, here's the question for you. Would you walk away from your dream house if the neighbor's yard was a mess? Or do you believe a great home is worth overlooking the surroundings? Share your perspective in the comments, because this debate touches every homeowner, buyer, and neighbor in Canada.